Mean, median, mode, and range. To find the mean, which is also called the average, you add all the numbers in the data and divide by the total amount of numbers in the data. The median is the middle number when the data is ordered from least to greatest. It's very important that you make sure your data is organized from least to greatest. If two numbers are in the middle, you add them and divide by 2. So what you're doing is finding the mean of the two middle numbers. Mode, that's the number that appears most often. If there is no mode, write no mode. If you put 0, that implies that the number 0 is showing up more than once in the data. There can be more than one mode. So let's say you have two numbers that appear 2 times. You would write both of those numbers down. Now if you have two numbers that appear twice and a number that appears 3 times, you would only write down the number that appears 3 times as the mode because it is the one that is appearing the most. Range, that is the difference between the highest and lowest values in the data. So let's go ahead and find mean, median, mode, and range for our data here. First thing we want to do is always organize the data from least to greatest. And as we can see, this is not in order. So let's go ahead and do that. I skipped a number. Now watch what I'm about to do. I'm counting the numbers that I wrote, and I'm counting the numbers in the data. That lets me know whether or not I have them all written down. And I have 8 for both, so we're good. So, mean. Now, when you write this, you want to use a colon and not a dash. A dash can look like a negative, whereas a colon, there's going to be no confusion as to whether or not your number is positive or negative. So when we add all these numbers up, we're going to get 64. Divide by the total, which is 8. So our mean is 8. Median. And now that the numbers have been organized from least to greatest, I'm going to find the middle number. So I start at either end. There's 2 in the middle, 6 and 7. You probably can tell that 6.5 is the middle number, but if you didn't know, you would add 6 and 7, and that gives you 13. And divide that by 2. 6.5. Mode is the number that appears most often. In this case, our mode is going to be 6. And range, highest minus the lowest value. So 22 minus 2, so the range is 20.